Hey homies, welcome back to another review video. Today we are looking at Floogen, specifically the Switch version. Quick, before we start the video, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, Catapult, for making this video possible through a review key. If at any point you want to try this game out, links in the description below. Clicking on that link will help a homie out. It just helps gauge his interest in the game and how well this video will do. So if you want to help a homie out, feel free. With that being said, let's get into the review. Let's start off with Floogen's story. Let's fight for some melons. Face up against your adversaries as one of 3 playable heroes with unique features, in this bizarre adventure full of quirky characters. If you encounter problems along the way, upgrades can help. Traverse multiple lands and face numerous enemies to help bring peace to the melons. Travel detailed lands and free the areas from the malignant melon seeds. Not too big of a story, doesn't really need one. It's a cute little platformer. Most of you who have played of this type of game don't really need one. You know what you're getting yourself into. Now let's talk about the most notable aspect of this game, which are the visuals. Floogen's visual design is extremely unique, you don't see a lot of it. The stop motion style is its biggest strength. There's a combination of paper craft, claymation, and cardboard all woven together to build a colorful and unique world. The gameplay for the most part is unaffected by the art style choice. Hitboxes are generous and you can get a feel for how the characters will move within the first 10 minutes. There's also a little treat here for FMV fans. I was very excited to see this. That's full motion video for the uninitiated. This happens when you buy an upgrade from the shop or find an extra character. Full motion video was the way to display video back when PS1, PS2, you know, though that kind of generation was still on its way. Real-time cutscenes weren't a thing yet.
Ariella Flug.
Ja, de vlogger, hè, mijn beste. Kurs. Adam.
That being said, I haven't seen an FMV in a very long time, and it was jarring to see one again. And I mean that with love, in a loving way. I love FMV. It always sends me back to my youth. If you've grown up in this current generation, you're probably gonna think it's disgusting, but it's a lot of fun to see. So I'm so used to seeing real-time cutscenes that I forgot what an FMV even felt like. But all that wrapped up makes the visual design for Floogen incredible, and it's the biggest thing that it's got going for it. What are the visuals without the sound component? Let's talk sound. Floogen does a cool thing when choosing characters. The level of music will change depending on which character you're playing as. Sometimes it can sound a little cheery depending on what character you are. Sometimes they can almost seem a little demonic. But each theme has a different feel and theme. The characters don't talk much, so the only way for them to express themselves are through their actions and themes. You can feel this in certain levels when choosing a specific character. I'm not one much into read into a lot of things, so some of you who want some theme searching, I highly recommend using the sound and the music that changes depending on the character. Sound effects are a tad low compared to the music, but that can be quickly adjusted to the options screen. Even then, so sometimes it can be a little too quiet, and the impact when it comes to attacking seems a little low and a little weak. Besides that though, the audio design is great in level 3. I believe you're going through a clay hell. There's a lot of weird things going on here, a lot of hums. You do find a demon in this level after all. There are damned melons. These guys look like they've not been having the best day. Little imps attacking you, and this demonic soundtrack is just humming in the background, just getting louder and louder as we get through melon hell, clay hell, whatever you want to call it. It's almost something is trying to infest the player's mind, is what it feels like, and that's the only time we get that weird kind of area. But that is the best example of sound, and they did a very good job with it in this level. Most of the game is good, but that's the best one that I can think of. On to the part that makes or breaks the game, which is the gameplay. So this is where the waters get a little muddy for me. Initially the gameplay was manageable, but as I progressed through the game and difficulty scaled with me, unlocking characters and purchasing new moves, the game started getting a little dicey. I noticed weight behind characters, which is good for those characters with heavy attacks, but this was not helpful in later levels. There are also new moves I purchased which required direction inputs or lack thereof for the move to come out. This led to some untimely hits with the axe character, because if you aren't moving when attacking, he'll do a spin attack which consumes a lot of stamina, when all I wanted was a simple slash, and running out of stamina and unable to dodge in certain situations is a death sentence. The jumping in this game can be quite bad at times, and there is a lot of jumping in this game. Nothing gave me more grief than level 3 and the vine jumpings. Level 3 in general was rough. I also don't know what causes this problem, but that level seems to slow down after I die. I don't know if it's because there's just too much on screen. This makes jumping way harder than it should be, especially in sections and where platforms are limited, or I'm racing against a giant wave of clay lava. It's also not good to see that the developer is aware of the lack of optimization. It's one thing for the player to feel it, but once the developer acknowledges it, you kind of gotta fix that. It can be a cutesy joke, but I was already frustrated to begin with. While this game advertises itself for all players, there is a challenge to this game. Health is incredibly low at the beginning of the game, and the characters run out of stamina extremely quick. 2 or 3 hits is enough to knock out a character before starting at a checkpoint. There are also some sections that are maddening difficult if the game happens to slow down and drop frames, a la Stage 3 jumping. The store upgrades help alleviate the difficulty a little bit. The players can purchase attacks, stamina, and health upgrades. Melons are used to make purchases. Collecting 50 melon slices while at full health will net you a full melon used for upgrades. There is also one hidden melon in each level. You can also play this fun fishing game to get some melon slices, so if you don't want to go back and fight enemies and just kind of want to lay low for a bit, the fishing game is quite some fun, especially the way it's presented as well with clay. The good thing is that the game saves every piece of progress, so if you feel like you're about to get to a certain section, there's a checkpoint there, or even defeating some higher enemies, usually they'll save your progress so you don't have to restart. This helps a lot during the vine sequences and the petal shooting objectives. That being said, each level has 3 objectives: destroy a melon seed, destroy all vines, and destroy all melon petals. There are 3 characters and each objective is assigned to one character. The X guy cannot destroy vines, but Espado, the dual-wielding Saberman, here can. Each character has different mobility options that allow them to reach their designated objectives. This is a fun way to add replayability to the levels and find new areas with the unlocked characters. Characters must be changed at the beginning of the level, so make sure to do that before you head off on your adventure. In conclusion, Floogen is a fun game and one you should definitely check out. The unique visual design is a hook that will catch many, myself included. The audio design adds to the quirkiness the game has. The gameplay is the biggest obstacle for me to overcome. I understand that this type of animation is time consuming and not easy to work with. It's probably one of the finest arts to get down and to actually make look good. I just wish the frame rate and jumping was a bit better, especially for a platformer. That being said, I'm sure that can be upgraded through a patch that we'll see later. It would save me a lot of grief in a lot of the jumping sections. Regardless, I still recommend picking this up right now. It's available on Switch. It's on sale right now as of the date of this video for $2.99, that's US dollars, and whatever the equivalent is to your regional currency. Regular price is $3.99. You can also get this game on Steam for $4.99. Not sure if there's a performance difference, but Steam might run a little better. I don't know, that's just my experience. For that price, you can't lose, honestly. Not many of these types of claymation games come around anymore. If you love retro platforming or visual games with a unique knack, pick this game up. It's a no-brainer. If you found this video helpful in any way, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Helps out the channel tremendously at no cost to you guys. As I said before, if you are interested, there is a link in the description below. Thanks again, Catapult, for sponsoring the video. And a real quick section here, about 30 seconds, just a notifying everyone here. I'll make a community post about it as well. I'll be gone for a week. I'll be heading towards the limited run physical location, if you've heard of that. If not, check it up, Google it, quick Google search, find them on Twitter. There is a limited run physical media store opening up in North Carolina. I live in the Midwest, so it's going to be a bit of a drive for me. I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm going to be making community post updates to keep you guys on. Maybe I'll make a video about it. I'll probably put a survey up and see if you want to see some live footage. That being said, I'm thinking about doing a face reveal at 20k subscribers. So if that's something that you're into, please let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you as always. I love you guys. See you later, homies.